What is up, my friends? You are all very welcome along to our fan reactions. What's along? You're very welcome along to our fan reaction show here on Anfield Agenda. This is your chance to have your say on the game. I've had my say in the match reaction and the player ratings video. I do apologise, I was a couple of minutes late with this, but I gave Connor an incorrect score in the match reaction videos, or the player rating video, so I had to go re-record that. That's on me. But we are here now, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear what you all have to say. I'm going to start off with a super chat straight in from Mutt. Said, say what you see. He said, hey Craig and Anfield Agenda, after that performance, the Cop and Liverpool fans need to sing March on Ebu, March on Ebu. He was brilliant today, mate. Much better in the second half than we were in the first, and deservedly man of the match for me. So yeah, look, this is the fan reaction show where you guys get to have your say on the game. Let us know in the comment section. Do drop a like on the video. And most importantly, my friends, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Lucho smashed it, said Josh Footy. Canadi was immense, said Martin Edgar. Love you, Craig, said Crispy. Oh, Crispy, thank you, mate. Love you too. Appreciate the support. Look, I'm over the moon with that one. It wasn't great in the first 45, but as that game went on, we looked the likelier. We looked a better team. I thought Klopp's man management was phenomenal today. Let's get the man of the match poll, though, up first and foremost. So I'm going to put in some options for the man of the match, and you guys are going to vote for the Anfield Agenda man of the match as always. So let me just get these in and we can get to it. I'm trying to think of more options for man of the match here. Okay. I need one more option for man of the match, lads. Who am I going to go with? I'm going to say other, because I haven't got another option. Right, so man of the match poll is in the chat. The options that I've given you are Canade, Lucho, Trent, or other. If you don't believe any of those ones, have your say in the comment section. Look, there was a lot of good performances out there today. Alisson was composed and helped us get through the game. Canade was an absolute man mountain. I thought Joe Gomez had a much better second half than he did first half. So yeah, the poll is up, so you guys can have your say. Where's Salah? I know, for once I think I can get away with that one. Gravenberch was a good sub as well. See, I disagree on the Gravenberch thing a little bit. I don't think he was poor, but I think of the substitutions we made, the Bobby Clark, Connor Bradley ones were more impactful for me, if I'm being honest with you. I thought they were the ones that allowed us to change system a bit more, and I thought Bradley was absolutely immense when he came on. Like, unbelievably good. Gomez was clad again. Gomez was poor second half, good first half. No, poor first half, good second half. That's how I view Joe Gomez. Travelling supporters were great. I'm glad you singled them out, because I said it during the watch along. I'll say it again now. Liverpool's travelling fans are the best, bar none. Phenomenal. You could see them. I couldn't hear them, obviously, because I watched the game on mute, but I could see them bouncing around and loving life. Arsenal fans, on the other hand, well, they should be ashamed of themselves. Imagine leaving the stadium with 5 or 6 minutes to go when you're only 1-0 down in a cup game at home, and you've seen the seats starting to empty. So if Arteta wants to moan at anyone, moan inwardly, because your players were rolling around like little children. Your captain was a disgrace and should have been probably sent off for the amount of petulance. And also, your fans legged it. So, I tell you what needs protecting, mate. The exits. That's what needs protecting. Not Saka, because he was invisible. Connor Bradley was immense, and Odegaard is a brat, said Squeaky Clean. Young lads had a great cameo. Where's that comment gone from Faraz Khan? Tio said, Arsenal were not very clinical and we took advantage of that. Yeah, absolutely. And a comment that I agree with there as well from Owen Doyle said that Jota has to start. And not only that, Owen, I'll go a little bit further, mate. Jota has to start and Darwin has to be wide. If we're going to play Darwin, please play him wide left. And I don't know what you guys think, but I think the moving of Diaz to the right-hand side gave us a lot more in the second half. gave us a defender to target and attack. And that's what I want to see. If I'm moving forward and you're asking me, Craig, who do you want to start, let's say, in attack against Fulham? I want to see Diaz on the right, I want to see Darwin on the left, and I want to see Jota in the middle. Or Gakpo on the left. But either way, Jota to the middle and Diaz on the right, and Klopp can figure out on the left who he wants. You're wrong. I'm never wrong, mate. Rito, you're going to have to understand that. No, I'll give you big points there. You did put in the correct year, and I appreciate that. But I'm never wrong, Rito. You'll learn that sooner or later, mate. But it's okay. We don't have to agree on everything. Thoughts on Núñez second half? I thought Darwin actually had an okay game, other than, it feels like we say this a lot, other than the missed chances. I thought he did a lot. Big pain in the butt down that left side for them in the second half. He just looks much more comfortable out there, and he looks like he can impact the games more positively. Canade was unbelievable today. What a player, said Moore. Agree, very deserved man of the match by BBC, I should say. And you guys in our poll right now are giving it to Canade as well. McAllister. So, yeah, let's talk about Alexis McAllister for a minute. I feel like we've almost been spoiled with the press resistance of Endo in recent weeks. And when we see McAllister being less press resistant, we tend to get a bit more nervous. And that's understandable. But he's a much different player, McAllister, when he's running towards the opposition goal rather than playing with his back to goal. So I do agree with everybody that he's not a number 6. I don't feel comfortable with him in there, but he's a great footballer. We just need to get him running towards goal and not playing with his back to goal. So, we need to sort that out. And whether that's waiting until Endo comes back or not, look, we'll figure that out as the next few weeks go on. But McAllister has a lot to offer, but he's not a number 6. He just isn't. We use Gravenberch as a 6. He was better than Maka. Or we should use Gravenberch as a 6. I think it was Jones that actually went into the 6 role, if my memory is correct from the game. But I think today, and we'll give players a lot of credit, deservedly so. I want to give the coaching staff credit today. I think Klopp and Linders and Kravitz and their decision making and their tactical tweaks figured out that game and helped us win it. So big love to the coaching staff today. I thought those little changes as the game went on, we figured it out. And when you do, and it goes to plan like that, it's great to see. So well done to Klopp and the coaches. Klopp on talk of possible move for Henderson. He said, did Hendo have a press conference and say that? Look, I don't want to be talking about Henderson and Liverpool. Let him do whatever he needs to do. If he's not happy with where he's playing football, he's every right to ask for a move, but I don't want to talk about him. AFTV tonight, Arsenal fans are so dramatised. Look, they need to stay in the stadium, first and foremost, because that was disgusting. Like, we all take, and I get it, but Arsenal fans were emptying out those posh seats with 5 minutes and stoppage time to go when they were 1-0 down. That's shocking. And they need to look inwardly, Arsenal. I know Arteta wants to try and protect his players, and I know the managers moan a lot, and Klopp's no different. But they need to ask inwardly looking questions. They need to talk about the lack of fight, the petulance, the throwing themselves on the ground. Because Arsenal are soft, and they're still soft. And when they come up against proper teams like Liverpool or Manchester City, we can bully them if we get it right. And today in the second half, when we figured it out, I never really was overly concerned about Arsenal getting their goal because they had their best chance in the first half and we weren't at it. And after that, we caused them to get frustrated. And that made me very happy. New contract for Klopp, please, said Bobby Jakira. I hope so. Or Jakachira, sorry. There was some talk about that in recent days, but I don't know if it's... I don't know if there's any truth to it or not, but I'd love it to be. Remember when they told us we're finished? Oh, I know. See, this is what happens when they don't get gifted refereeing decisions, when we should have had a penalty for Odegaard going full Harlem Globetrotters. But today, look, they got what they deserved, which was nothing. I was almost embarrassed for that Arsenal team today with how pathetic they were, rolling around, throwing themselves on the floor and moaning How Odegaard was not booked multiple times for the whinging, the screaming, the swearing at the referee. I mean, it's good for us because it makes them look like whiny little kids. But again, that's a whole lot of not our problem. Where somebody said I missed the super chat. Sebastian, let me go back up, dude. Sebastian said, the young lads gave me hope for the Europa League. Yes, particularly Bradley. What did you guys make of Connor Bradley when he came on for that little 10-15 minute cameo? Because they tried to target him. Martinelli tried to run at him 3 or 4 times. And Martinelli had just gone past Trent on a couple of occasions. And I thought Bradley dealt with him really well. I thought that he dealt with those balls deep to the back post well. Headed a ball behind for a corner. I thought he showed composure. I thought it was a masterstroke from Jurgen. And that should be a jumping off point now for Connor Bradley, who had a long battle with injury for 3-4 months. And now you guys are getting to see what I've been talking to you about Connor Bradley for ages. Like, he is a very, very good young footballer. Darwin is a different player on the left, said Alex Cooper. So good. Bradley pocketed Martinelli, said Miri. Moved Trent to defensive midfielder, said Football Moments. Connor Bradley was good when he came on, looking good for the future, said Jordan. Jota and Bradley were awesome, and I agree. We all agree that Diogo starts though, right? There's no argument about that anymore. Diogo Jota plays now through the centre. You have to. This insistence of putting Darwin through the middle, it needs to stop. He's much better on either side, left or right, I don't care, but not central. Diaz, to me, was back to his best. What do you think? He's been really unlucky in recent weeks, Diaz. He's had a couple of goals or opportunities ruled out or some good saves. And that finish today was wonderful from Lucho. I was screaming, and I even did it in my preview, so you can't say I'm making this up. But I wanted him on the right. And when he went into the right in the second half, I thought we looked way more threatening. And part of that's down to him. Part of it's down to the fact, of course, that Darwin was moved to the left. But yeah, well done, Jota. Or not Jota, well done, Lucho. Great finish. Deservedly gets a goal. And again, I hope he kicks on from here. And you can see what it meant to him as well, which was lovely to see. A+ for Connor Bradley. A little nervous first half, said Jay. We weren't great first half, mate. I don't think you're wrong to say that. We weren't great first half. But this is what the FA Cup's about, right? Making them changes. Putting players in positions maybe that you're not used to seeing them in. And trying to figure it out. And Arsenal as the home team started better. We're the better team in the first 45. But our class told in the end. And that's what makes me really positive about this going forward. There's a little moment in the game I want to talk about. And it was just the yellow that Bobby Clark took. That's experience, that yellow. That's stopping the counter-attack. Like, you don't want to praise people for getting a booking. But that was a very clever booking. So you can tell he knows the game, Bobby Clark, and he knows what he's supposed to do. And that's a good sign as well. The trust shown in him and Bradley by Klopp was tremendous. And they were rewarded for it. So it's just a win-win there this afternoon. What are your thoughts on Kwanzaa today? I think it was one of his poorer games since he's come into the team and played. But I think that there are extenuating circumstances. So, for instance, we don't know if Kwanzaa was a late call-up after Verge got ill and whether they've been training all week thinking it was going to be Canada and Verge. Also, he's a youngster, and I say this many times, kids will come into the teams and have highs and lows. But none of us doubt Jarell Kwanzaa's ability. None of us. And today, I just think it wasn't his best day at the office. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Still a solid enough performance, but he'll get better with more experience, more repetitions, and the more he plays at that back line as well. What do you think of giving a run of games to Bradley at right back, move Trent centrally? Macca as the DM doesn't fill me with confidence. I mean, it's got to be worth a shout. We're playing against Fulham on Wednesday. And what I remember from the last game against Fulham was Anthony Robinson being like an Energizer bunny up and down the left wing for Fulham. And I think somebody with the energy levels and speed of Bradley would probably be better suited to keeping an eye on him and allowing Trent, as you've said, to go into central midfield and just focus on that part of the game. So, yeah, I wouldn't be against trying it on Wednesday, Pranav. I think it's a decent shout. I'd be interested to know what the chat thinks, but I think Fulham could be a good opportunity to do that. We're winning the quad, said Marcus Cavern. I mean, I love it, Marcus. You know me, mate. I'm not afraid to get carried away. Do you see a future for Gakpo in the front three? On the left, potentially. Not centrally. I don't think either Darwin or Gakpo can do it centrally long term. Gakpo can do it coming from midfield or on the left hand side, but definitely has a part to play in the squad, 100%. When's the draw for the next round? Do you know what? I didn't even pay attention. I have no idea when it is. Maybe tomorrow. Is it tomorrow after the FA Cup game then? So the man of the match poll, we did ask you guys for your Anfield Agenda man of the match, and we've had so far over 2,000 votes, so we're going to leave it up to the end of the stream, but it is a landslide at the minute. You guys are fully in unison with BBC and their support of Ebu, and I agree as well. So the draw's tomorrow. Okay, cool, that makes sense, after the United game. Nunes left is a different animal. Do you guys agree with that statement? Excuse me. Do you guys agree with that? That Nunes on the left is, to use the phrase our friend in the chat did, a different animal? Because I do. And I feel with Mo away and us having no other option now for the right, really, I think Diaz has to be given a run there on the right while Mo's away. Elliott was far better on the right side of midfield for me than the right side of attack. He can do jobs there, definitely, but Diaz just gave us something different and gave Arsenal something to think about. Right, so asked you guys, do you think Kwanzaa's man of the match? He's not. He's not, mate. That was one of his weaker performances for Liverpool, but albeit still a huge talent. So I asked you guys, do you think Darwin's better on the left? And Sam said yes, Barry said yes, Suraj said yes, basically everybody saying yes. I don't see anybody disagreeing. Craig, can I get a hold that Arsenal? And when and where is the event in Boston? Also, what's the admission? So many questions. Can I get a hold that Arsenal? Hold that there, Arsenal. When's the event in Boston? It's at the Citizens House of Blues, the Foundation Room, which is the smaller venue in there. Tickets are on sale right now on Ticketmaster. Tickets are priced at $25. Any other questions in there that I need to answer? And when is it? March 22nd. So it is a Friday night, the week after Paddy's Week, at the House of Blues in Boston. Tickets are on sale on Ticketmaster. It's an all ages event, so everybody's welcome. Anyone 21 or older will get a wristband so they can buy alcohol if they want, but it is an all ages gig. And the tickets are actually doing quite decent, actually. I'm really pleasantly surprised. The draws after Wigan beat United. Love that, Liz. Well in. I love the shithousery there from Liz. I hope we don't face another big team. It doesn't really matter, does it, at this point, Queen Nadra? I feel extra ballsy today after, because I was nervous about going to the Emirates in the FA Cup. But I tell you what, having got the win, oh lads, I feel like we can take on the world. Like I'm dreaming at this point. So Mark sending me some notes here about Virgil's illness. He said it's difficult for Virg to look shit, but he did, so we sent him home. There you go. Klopp's quote. Sorry, Klopp saying he spoke with Henderson, but not about him coming back. But yeah, there you go. Bring on City at home in the next round. All right, now calm down, Cole. Calm down. A nice handy one at home would be nice, thank you. I mean, give us Maidstone at home in the next round. I wouldn't say no to that. Do you regret the ref's decision back in the Spurs game? We would be invincible by now. Of course, Avik. It was a disgusting decision, mate. And that one riled me up. But so did the not giving us a penalty when Odegaard handballed. When we played both those London teams, we've been shafted by officials. Why are people bantering Saka? Bantering him? Because we're being told, Thomas, all the time that he's better than or as good as Mohamed Salah. And he's just not. He can get there. He's an immense talent, Saka. But to compare him to Mo, I just think is ridiculous. Arsenal fans getting way ahead of themselves on that one. I think he's a really talented player, but he was bang average again today and spent more time moaning and falling on the ground than he did actually impacting the game in a positive way. It was just one of those Diaz for Arsenal today, up the Reds. Love that. Love the pun. Well in. How many trophies do you think we'll win this season? Oh, God, that's a tough question. I'm going to say 2. But could be 3. I feel like we should win the League Cup at this point. No disrespect intended to Middlesbrough, Chelsea or Fulham, but I feel like we should win the League Cup from this point. The Europa League, I'll say what I said all along. We should be looking to win that competition. We just should. So the league's the one I'm not ready to go fully in on yet, because there's still a long way to go in the league title race. Diaz played better on the right than on the left. You're welcome, Sarah. You're welcome, all Liverpool fans. I mean, I called it. I did say I'd put him there, and I was glad the Klopp made that switch. Now, my friends, I've noticed we've only got 400 likes. So please do hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And don't forget as well to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done that. The detective said roll on Wednesday and let's get into the break and get our injured players as well as Salah and Endo back and push on for the rest of the season. Yes, I'm buzzing for Wednesday, mate. I'm not buzzing for the 11 days or so. We've no game after that. But yeah, Wednesday, if we can get a big victory or a victory in Wednesday, setting us up for the second leg, I think we start dreaming then. You know, it's a good time. But I do want to say one thing about our squad. I hope that illness to Virgil van Dijk maybe just triggered a little warning bell in Klopp's head and in FSG's head, because it was only an illness. But if it's an injury and if something happened and you look today, no centre-back on that bench, we need a centre-back. And I think and I hope that we get one in before the end of the window, because I don't want to have regrets. I don't want to roll the dice again. I want us to go and attack the league. I want us to go and grasp it and take it. So I hope that we do see a bit of business done. But I can't ignore that that post from earlier on, and I'll read it out to you now because it's still making me smile. From the Times, so like not Johnny on Twitter, the Times said, Kylian Mbappe is unimpressed by Real Madrid's attempt to push him into signing a pre-contract agreement. He wants to explore a range of options, including a possible switch to the Premier League as a free agent. Footy Banter said, I'm so happy with this win, Craig. I just want to say I love what you do. Thank you. Your voice for Liverpool is very important. Please ignore all the haters. You have a lot of fans. Wow. That's awesome, dude. Thank you. Your voice for Liverpool is very important. I never think of myself in that way at all. Thank you. Man, I love that. It makes me feel like $1 million, honestly. Thank you so much. You have a lot of fans. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Means a lot. How come the draw's tomorrow when there's no replays? There's another game to take place tomorrow, mate. United are playing Wigan. So they want to just get all the games out of the way. Albeit, yes, some of them do have replays. We're 1-0 up with minutes to go. Please keep Darwin out with the defence. Why? He made a good defensive header. I think defensively Darwin does some good work. He does give away some stupid free kicks. I'll give you that one. But he did make a good defensive header there, Darwin, as well. We all love you, Craig. Thank you. Means a lot. I'm an insecure dude, honestly. And I assume everyone hates me. So yeah, these kind comments mean a lot. Thank you. It's your singing voice. Well, obviously, David. Do you know what I mean? I still laugh myself that I do any singing, because I don't do it in real life and I don't do it in normal. Like, I do it around the gaff, but I wouldn't do karaoke or anything, which is weird. That header was terrifying. It was. But would you play Bradley against Fulham? I just want to pose you that question, because I made a comment about Anthony Robinson getting up and down the left wing for Fulham, and he caused Trent and Canade a lot of problems. If I remember correctly, I think Canade played. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But I'd like to see Bradley there to unleash Trent to do the offensive work and let Connor Bradley, because he has the engine to get up and down that right side all day. Yes, says a lot of people in the chat. I love that. Brilliant. It's good that we have that option now, and it's great that Connor Bradley's been able to come back from injury, because pre-season was frustrating. We got to see him in the early games, then the other part of the tour he didn't get to play because he was injured, and then that injury knocked on a little bit longer. But you can see Klopp clearly has trust in him and in Bobby Clark, who of course signed a new contract recently as well. I think Liverpool can win the Carabao Cup, but I have a gut feeling about Chelsea this season. They've shown up in big games. Well, if it's us and Chelsea in the final of the League Cup, mate, it's going to penalties. That's the way these games with Chelsea go. And you're right, they have shown a little bit of steel in some games, but I just think we're a better team overall. I just think if we show up and play to our best, we should beat anyone that's left in that competition. And Nessie said, Elliott is so underrated in midfield. He's performed very well whenever given the chance. Played some beautiful passes today. Love the lad. Yes, I thought he was much better in midfield. And look, I have said that Elliott can play on the right-hand side. But today, I don't think it was the day, because we were on the back foot too much that we weren't really able to bring Elliott in. If we're at home and we're attacking a bit more, I think he's more impactful on the wide right than he was today. But Diaz, for me, I've said it all along, we need to drop Wilmo's away, this fascination with inverted wingers, and just play Diaz out there. Love you, Craig, and the Agenda family. So glad we got the win. Thank you, the Kaviri. Folks, my voice is absolutely at its last legs here, so I'm going to just stay on for a couple more minutes and then I'm going to go rest up, because it's absolutely going. I can feel it. Craig, I'm buzzing after spanking them at their place. Bradley's top drawer. He knows the position and will get better and better. Love the content, mate. We're all with you. We know you care. Thank you. Again, that means so much, because I genuinely do care a lot, lads, about you guys and about what we're doing here on the channel. It's I don't know what 2024 has in store for us, but we are closing in on 250,000 community family members here at Anfield Agenda. Never thought we'd say those words, but look, a couple of things to ask you before we finish up. Let people know about us if they don't already. Make sure that you keep your comments coming in. To those people who comment, subscribe, who watch, who share love, who are part of our community, thank you for everything. Thank you for giving me a voice. Thank you for giving us this platform. We won't let you down. We might shit the bed occasionally, but ultimately we're trying to do the best way we can. We've got some really cool innovations coming up over the next month that we've been getting developed in the background, in all honesty. We've got some tech that we're working on that should be ready to go in the next week or two. We think it'll make the shows even more interactive and give you guys more of your comments up on screen and more stats and stuff to make it a bit more interesting. But big up all of you for being with us on this journey. You're amazing, and the community we have is fantastic, and it's grown from strength to strength. If you are around Boston, we'd love to see you on March 22nd for that show. First one outside of Ireland. Can't wait to do it. But I'm going to go and rest up the old voice and look forward to Wednesday. Look forward to tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow, 8:30, Late Night Agenda as always. The player ratings video's up. The match reaction video's up. The highlights are up. I want to give a shout out to a Clips channel, by the way. Anfield Agenda Clips. We have now started another channel. We've repurposed Craig Donia to Anfield Agenda Clips. So please do spread the word about that channel as well. Hit the subscribe button on it. Let's see if we can grow that channel up to 100k plus as well. So you've now got Anfield Agenda Clips, and of course Top of the League, and then Adam Forever United TV. So much love to all of you. We will talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy your evening. Banter the shit out of any Arsenal fans and friends that you have. And love you guys to bits. Thank you so much for everything. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.